All right, guys, a very warm welcome. I'm Devang Mehra from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you to this post-market analysis video. It's going to be a short video, but I want to make it quite interactive. So I'll ask some questions, pause the video, feel free to do that, and type out your answers in the comments box. This way I can understand how many of you are grasping the concepts and understanding the markets better, which will help my cause of making these videos. So without further ado, let's get started. Uh, what happened today in the markets? Was it something different than we planned? Couple of things. I have some clips that I want to show you, but let's open the chart of Nifty. 15-minute chart of Nifty. I want to ask you some questions. Yesterday, we defined this range of 15,040 odd numbers, 15,140 odd numbers. And today, markets broke down, right? But why, if anyone went short here, let's say you took a put here, why did you make money? Let me ask you something. Why did the markets not follow through today, even though it happened in the institutional zone? Can anyone tell me that? Pause the video and tell me that. Same is the case for Bank Nifty. Even Bank Nifty has broken the range that we gave yesterday. It was quite simple range. I mean, everyone is aware of these ranges. Whoever knows price action, this low point 750, it was broken, and still markets never gave a follow through. What do you think the reason for that is? Let me know in the comments below. Pause the video. I would love to hear what you have to say. In the meantime, you do that. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. It means a lot to us. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and always support us. It means a lot to us. So I'll come to the answer. I'll come to the simple answer that I had, and I gave you this thing yesterday. Very clearly mentioned. Let me just play that video. It's a very small video, but you will see what I had to say. I have 3 clips lined up. Listen to these clips because whatever happened in the markets today exactly turned out how we had planned. That's the entire reason I say please listen to these videos carefully. They are 30 minutes, but if you like our analysis, you know how useful they are.
It's very important, very open. What I mean by that is, let's say this is the range, right? Let's say you open in the middle of the range. In that case, observe what happens in the market in the first 1 hour. It's very important. Why 1 hour? Forget about that, because I believe 1 hour is enough time for the bulls, if they're still strong, to get the market where it needs to be. So if, let's say, you open in the middle and you get a good 15-minute, 10-minute closing above this range, closing is important. I would say it's another reason to go bullish in the market. We can get some good money on the upside. Very simple. I've just explained it. Every person who was a seller, his SL will be triggered and the markets will move higher, because even they will cover their positions and even buyers will buy. So double whammy, markets will boom higher. But it's important because tomorrow is Wednesday. Try to understand this. One day before expiries, markets generally are sideways. And considering the amount of rally that we've got in the last couple of days, it's very probable that tomorrow is going to be a sideways day.
So I hope you listened to these points. Was it not made very clear to everyone that if you want a trending day today, which is Wednesday, which is generally, as I quoted in this video, it's not going to be a trending day. You needed a 15-minute or a 10-minute closing. I never go to a 10-minute closing, but for the sake of it, I said even if you get a 10-minute closing in the first 1 hour on the upside or on the bottom side, go aggressive option buying in the market. But did you get one in the first 1 hour? You can see the first 4 candles. They mark your first 1 hour approximately. Did you close above this range? No. So that's the entire reason you didn't get any message throughout the day from me, any responsive message from me. Because as I said, if the first 1 hour is not going to do anything, if I'm going to be in the range for the first 1 hour, it's going to mean that the entire day is going to be range bound. Yes, we saw a breakdown, but I didn't play that breakdown. I made it quite clear yesterday that I am in a buy on dip market. You might get some falls. If someone had to scalp, they could have sold the markets at the higher end. That could be a strategy that you would have adopted. Very simple, because as I said, markets will be in a range, so you can't expect a breakout. So people have gone short here, and the screenshots have been uploaded on the Instagram, so you can always look at that later. But according to me, I would really like the markets to come to 14,950, and I would like to go long again. Maybe it happens tomorrow, maybe it doesn't, who knows. But this, I think, is going to be a good zone to go long at, whoever has missed the index rally. But again, that I'll come to in a bit when we discuss about that. So regarding today, if some people went short after this breakdown and they started cursing themselves why they made a mistake, it's because the market participants, they were not interested in the first 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. What makes you think that they'll be interested in the next couple of hours, the last hour? I hope you understood that point. That's why you got a breakdown. Whoever took a put, they got really trapped in the market, and you went higher and eventually again went down. So it was a complete sideways day. As you all know, I'm not an option seller, not yet. So that's the entire reason these days I become stock specific. Another video I had to say was about Bank Nifty. Similar example, but listen to it so that next time when these kind of concepts happen in the market, you know very well what you need to do.
Right, the range is basically from 34,150 levels to 33,750 levels. It's a good 300-400 point range that I'm seeing in the market. Again, it's important where you open. If you're opening in the flattish zone in between the range, observe first 1 hour. If the first 1 hour you get a breakout on either side, you can trade that breakout, but be a buyer on dip. That's my advice to you. If the first 1 hour does not give you any breakout, then try to understand and expect it's going to be a sideways day. And
I mean, it was very simple, right? In this Nifty Bank video as well, we made it very, very clear to everyone uh, in the YouTube community that if the first 1 hour is not going to give you a breakout above the range, and the range was 34,150, 34,100 levels, you saw markets open gap down. Because of the gap down, it was very difficult for you to break the upper end of the range. In the first 1.5, 2 hours, you were merely sideways. That's the reason why Bank Nifty more than Nifty was completely sideways. I think Nifty has come down lower, but Bank Nifty has just been there where it has been. So it was a complete sideways day. If you have been an option buy, you would have got trapped. So if you had listened to this advice, which I discussed in yesterday's video, I hope you were clear. If you benefited from that, if you remember that point of yesterday's video in today's market, if you were paying attention to the first 1 hour, let me know in the comments. I want to know how many people were proactive today, how many people actually saved money, how many people actually were option buyers, stayed away from the index and focused on stocks. Let me know in the comments. Also hit the like button if you are finding it helpful. Then let's talk about Mahindra. I actually, since I was not active throughout the day, as I said, because of the 1 hour rule, I was reading my social media and I got a lot of messages about Mahindra and Mahindra, that you were bullish. What to do with Mahindra and Mahindra now? This is around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock that I read the messages. So let me ask you a very simple question. Mahindra and Mahindra. Let me open the chart of Mahindra. Can anyone tell me in the comments? Pause the video. What did I discuss about Nifty Auto? What did I discuss about Mahindra and Mahindra? I want to know, what I am saying, is it getting delivered the right way? What did I say? What were the conditions? Because I always give conditions. I'm not a very arrogant guy. I don't have ego. If I'm saying I'm very bullish, doesn't mean every day markets will go up. I make these points quite clear. Yesterday, I also brought two very important points. If you remember, I said that the India VIX is around 18 to 19. So it has to come up in order for the markets again to start the rally. If you all remember that point, let me know in the comments also. I said that India VIX is too low, which also tells me that market is going to be sideways. Number two, I also talked about the data yesterday. The FIIs, they had bought calls, they had bought index futures, but they had also bought puts and they had reduced stock futures. Remember that point? I said because of this, I'm expecting sideways to bullish day. Clear. So now let's talk about Mahindra and Mahindra. This is something which I want to address. And I was a person, I'll tell you how I traded Mahindra and Mahindra today. Mahindra and Mahindra, right, NSE. Now, please tell me, what did I discuss on Mahindra and Mahindra? I think I was very clear, because if I am not, I have this video lined up. So I'm expecting you all have written the answer in the comments below. This is the chart, this is the video I explained about Mahindra and Mahindra. Listen to it very carefully, because if you made this mistake today, trust me, these are going to happen every single day. Listen to this, then I'll talk about that.
Double bottom. So if you're opening, so again, it's very important where you open. Try to understand that. It's very, very important. Let's say tomorrow, if you open gap down, for some odd reason, something happens in America, something happens overnight, you open gap down. A small gap down on the auto index, which means gap down on the stocks as well. Then this will turn to be a sideways day for auto. Try to understand that. That's why I'm saying, if you are in an option trade, you will get decayed very, very fast. So plan accordingly. If you don't want a sideways day, I would say you have to open gap up or flattish opening. And it's also very important. Remember my first 1 hour volatility video.
Great. So I hope your questions have been answered. Today, I made it very, very clear. Last night, I made it very, very clear that you have got a great momentum on Mahindra. Number one, let's go long on equity, right? And I'm still holding equity. I have nothing against equity. Then it came to the options. Today also, I've sent a message in the group around 3 o'clock. It's a very important message. Please understand, we have about 7 days to go into the monthly expiry, and you are very well aware as you go towards Monday, Tuesday, all your brokers are going to ask for expansive, enormous margins for you to liquidate your option positions. You should all be aware of that. So, what happens is we have 6 to 7 days. And trust me, if 1 or 2 days go sideways, you get decayed really fast. Let me explain. A lot of people took 800 call option with me of Mahindra and Mahindra. Yesterday, we bought it at 14 rupees. The screenshot is on Telegram. Now, some people bought it at 1920. Now, I can't help you guys because when I'm giving you a trade, you don't execute. Then you execute later after 1 hour, 2 hours. That will not be able to help you. So yesterday, when did we buy Mahindra? 785. Around 785 when we bought Mahindra, it was at 14 rupees was the options. It touched intraday high of 19 or 20 rupees. And we carried it forward expecting markets going to give a good momentum. What changed overnight? Two things. Number one, Tata Motors result. Is it bad? It's just a one-off write-off. Understand this. Tata Motors or all these companies, PI Industries, they have run up a lot. And when the results come out, it's an opportunity for people who have been holding these companies for a long, long time to book profits. That's the reason why these companies come down. It does not mean results are very bad. It does not mean that the stock has become bearish. It's just profit booking that you are witnessing. If you are bullish on a company, try to find these dips to get long to add into these stocks, but don't panic. Number one was the Tata Motor result. Number two, yesterday, American markets, UK markets, German markets, they came down. This was not in the first 1-2 hours, but it was in the second half, in the last hour of the market. So what is the event that is expected today? I sent it on Telegram as well. Today, the Fed minutes are expected to be out. And the entire, I told very clearly that inflation is the demon that we are facing. Entire world economy. You saw the India WPI inflation was around 10%. Even in America, highest inflation in 13 years. So what the people of America are actually looking forward to, what the economists are looking forward to, is what will the Fed chairman talk about the interest rates hike. That's the entire what we say in Hindi nichod of the Fed minutes. Everyone is going to have eyes on what Powell will say about when is the Fed going to increase the rates. Because if the inflation is high, it's because of money supply being a lot. You all are aware of the enormous stimulus aids that have been given to the people of America. So yes, it has helped people because of the times in grief, but also the economy has to suffer on that vis-a-vis inflation. So the interest rates have to come up in the near future. Does not mean today, tomorrow, but in the near future. So the commentary on that is awaited. Right now, also, if I see the American markets, the futures are down. You can see Dow Jones around 150 points down, Nasdaq 1.2% down. Even the UK market, German markets, France is down. So maybe they are expecting interest rate hike in the near future. We never know. So always just have your eyes on that. So because of these two things, Indian markets have also opened gap down. So the global markets have had a toll on the Indian markets. And I said this today evening also. I said that if you're holding any unnecessary option trades in the stocks, please exit it cost to cost, small profit, small loss. It's extremely important because 1 or 2 days of your position going against yourself, the entire premium is gone and you will just be hoping that God helps and saves you. What do I mean by that? Very simple. Let's say people bought 800 call option of Mahindra at 14 rupees or some people bought at 19 rupees. Currently, your break even is at 820. The days that you have are numbered. That's only 5 days are left. Numbered days are there now. So you want Mahindra to run up 35-40 bucks in 5 days. Imagine what happens when 1 or 2 days go against you. The pressure is coming to you. And that's the reason why we lose money. Time in options or in the markets can be a very strong weapon if we know how to use it. But if we are careless, we can actually just, lose everything that we have. Some people ask me why I bought 800 call option, why I bought out the money when the expiry was nearby. The answer is because I was expecting a big momentum in the auto sector. We got the momentum, good 50% return last night. Today, what happened? It gave a gap down. Because of the gap down today, very simple, you had to exit. You had to exit. Didn't I say in the video also yesterday that we are expecting bullish momentum in auto, but if we are getting a gap down, it's going to be a sideways day. This is time after time happens. If you look at this candle, you got a great bullish candle, gap down, sideways day. Look at any example that can happen. I mean, look at this day. A big green candle, next day gap down, sideways day. It gave you momentum, but sideways day. That's the case how markets function. And you have to understand how markets function so that you don't make these mistakes again and again and again. If you wanted to be aggressive on Mahindra, if you wanted to hold an 800 call option for targets of 825, you needed a flat opening. You needed a positive opening. But that did not happen. That's the entire reason why the entire auto sector became sideways. It was sideways to down. You saw a couple of names were down, couple of names were up, Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors, etc. So it was a sideways day. So this trade didn't work out. So if you booked profits in Mahindra, let me know, because if you bought it with me around 785, today it opened around 795. So you should have still booked profits if you were not greedy. Still, let us say you did exit there. Obviously, people were expecting markets. Another very important thing, one more thing I want to add. See, whenever you see such a big run up coming in, it's very, very simple. Just draw a trend line. Just draw a trend line. 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart is good enough. Now listen to this. It's something which will help you in the coming days. Whenever a share or anything index runs up like this, put a trend line. If the trend line breaks, the trade is gone. The momentum is gone. Isn't it as simple as that? That was the case today. You gap down today. So anyone who went long in the last couple of minutes, they got trapped. So except when you are wrong, markets are supreme and move on. Don't hold on to a losing trade for a long, long time, especially when you're coming to the end of the month. Now, if you are still in the auto sector, does not mean you are bearish. It's just been a sideways day. You still are doing fine. In any other company, which might have come down today, see guys, you have to either go to futures or go to equity or go to the next month options. Don't trade in the same month options. It's my humble advice. Save your money while you can. Don't bankrupt yourself, because markets are going to be there for life. It's you and your capital that are limited. I hope that is clear now. By the way, we've been talking about Indian markets, Asian markets, and the global markets essentially for quite some time in this video. But we haven't actually talked about Bitcoin, because that is something which has grasped everyone's eyes. If you are still not aware of the issue, Bitcoin is down, from, let me calculate the percentage, because even I can't calculate. So from the recent highs of 9th of May, just 1 week, 2 weeks back, it was around $60,000. And now it's currently fallen 36 odd percent in a matter of 2 weeks. What's exactly happening? Two events. Elon Musk has been quite after Bitcoin. And you know how Elon Musk's tweets are, how they affect everything in the crypto world. But 1-2 days back, Elon Musk tweeted that Tesla basically is not going to accept Bitcoins as mode of payment, something like that. I'm not a Bitcoin trader. Himalay is, and the other people in the team are. But that's the news which was out there. And because of that, Bitcoin tumbled, because Elon Musk was one person who was backing Bitcoin. And once he comes with such an announcement, that obviously is a big heartbreak for everyone. Number two, today, why Bitcoin is down 9.5%, close to 10%, is because of China. The People's Republic of China, they issued an announcement, issued a note that they will not be accepting Bitcoin payments, something like that. Put it on Instagram also. So the countries, I think couple of weeks back, it was Turkey. Even India, I think, is paranoid about what to do about Bitcoin. So it's been in a complete mess in the last couple of days, stumbling. Is it an opportunity to buy or not? That's totally up to you to decide. But if you ask me, if I'm lucky enough, I want Bitcoin lower levels, I'll probably try my hand at it. I remember the first time I bought Bitcoin. Funny story, it was around Christmas 20, it was around here, 17 lakh. Yeah, this was the breakout I traded initially. I remember this time it was a good flag breakout that we're forming. So I bought it around, I bought worth about 1 or 2 lakh of Bitcoin, one Bitcoin at 18 lakh. And it went up. I got a good 20% or something gain and I exited. I remember this, I exited and I said to myself, you know what really happened? I should have stayed. I would have just doubled my money. But again, we are coming back to those levels. So if I get these levels again, I'll buy. I'll buy it. Why not? Why not give it one last try? But it's totally up to you. You probably are more uh, knowledgeable than me in this line. Let's talk about Nifty now. Let's talk about Nifty now before my battery runs out. Okay, quick suggestion. What do you think of my new hairstyle? So my hair has outgrown a lot. Since the last 6 months, I've not got a haircut, which is a lot. I'm actually scared to go get a haircut because most of the members in the family have got COVID. I'm still doing fine. I'm still doing safe. So I'm scared that if I go to the salon and I get COVID because the barber touches my head too much, my face too much. So I'm being safe about it. So I've got a good like a like a ponytail on my head. Let me know how that is. Is it something which suits my personality, or do you want that same style that I have? Let me know. Just some banter to lighten up the mood. Going forward, Nifty. You know, I gave my opinion in the first couple of minutes only. See, in Nifty, we have broken below the range, and your eyes need to be on the Fed's minutes tonight. So, if they, let's say, what will be a positive and what will be a negative? If they are expecting to do a rate cut very soon, that can be a negative for the world markets. However, if they do not mention anything about rate cuts, or if they do not want to do a rate cut in the near future, that could be taken as a big positive. So, let's focus on the Fed's commentary because that will initially give you a gap up, gap down, and according to that, you can have you can plan accordingly. So tomorrow, I think this area becomes a very, very good support, 950 to 900. Let's take a 50-point range. I think this should be a good support. 950 to even 880. These are the levels that we have given you earlier also. They should be good supports, and even the gap filling will be done after that. So if you get any dips tomorrow, let's say you open a small gap up or small flattish opening and you get a good fall in the morning, these guys should be areas where we can look to buy. But again, we need some bullish signal there, which I think will be provided by the data. Let's wait for the data tonight. Let's also wait for the cash market data tonight to understand what the FIs have done because they've been very confused. And I'm surprised to see the confusion that everyone is in right now. We got a breakout again, markets come down. So people are confused. I'm being very honest about it. But I want to maintain my buy on dip view for now. I do not want to keep changing my view and confusing the audience. So for me, 900 to 950 areas are good areas to buy. And tomorrow, if let's say some positive momentum, positive announcement comes in by the Fed, you get a good gap up. For some reason, you get a good gap up. And then this upper end of the range breaks. That could be a very good momentum. Expiry could be trending then, not otherwise, but in that case, expiry could be trending. So for my commentary on tomorrow's markets precisely, I would like to wait for the data and I would like to leave a voice note tonight in the evening. So if you haven't subscribed to our Telegram channel, make sure you do that. It's TFA Investments. Go to Telegram, search the financial analyst, or you can search TFA Investments. You'll come to my channel. On Bank Nifty, same scenario. We have a support at 33,300 levels, 33,500 levels. There are two supports that I see. If you get a good dip, we should try to find some buying opportunity there. Markets could, show some buying sentiments there. Let's see how that turns out to be. Data, as I said, will help you understand. So overall, if you see the days have been sideways, it's not a poor day. It's just a sideways day. Some profit booking has come in. I think it's something obvious. Why? Because after a good 50 point rally, it's expected. I think 300-400 point fall is something which is good, something which is healthy. So to conclude, I remain buy on dip. I'm not panicking. It's things are going as per plan. As for now, I'm not panicking at all. Options, I do not have any option trades in the same month open. I'm fully null on that. I do have some trades on the next month open, and on the index also I have nothing open. Maybe I would like to buy around, as I said, at the dips if I get any. So I would like to buy the panic. I can tell you that. I can give you the hint. I would like to buy the panic in the market now. I would like to buy the fear in the market now. Just one concern that I have, which is that I hope the weekly closing is good. I hope that we get a good weekly closing. We have 2 days. I hope that's a good closing. And if for some reason again we close below 33,181, that is going to trap everyone once again. But hopefully that does not happen now. Things are looking fine, but I just hope we get a good weekly closing on Bank Nifty and a good weekly closing on Nifty, which can prepare us for a good momentum in the coming days, in the next week at least. So that's about it for now. Hope you found this video helpful. Just one more point, one very small point. Let's say even tomorrow is a sideways day. Let's take a very small example. Let's say even tomorrow markets open gap down. It's going to be a sideways day then. I have observed in my you know, in my expertise over the markets that I have, very small expertise that I have, that after a trending day, you can have 3 sideways day or 2 sideways days. If the markets want to really go up, if the market really wants to go to higher levels, reach the all-time highs, which I believe it should now, there can be 2 or 3 sideways days, and after that, the rally should continue. If that does not happen, let's say tomorrow is sideways day, even after that market comes down, even after that market comes down, that is going to cause something I call overbalance of time and price, which is going to mean that markets are not prepared to come down. Argument for the bulls, yes. If you see this trend line that I'm seeing on Bank Nifty, for 2 consecutive days, I've stayed above this trend line. That's a very, very interesting thing. That's a very, very positive thing that I see. If markets were in fact bearish, if they were in pressure, they would have come down below this trend line in the second day itself. So according to my analysis, we can get one more sideways day, but then the momentum should continue. You should be lucky if you get a good dip tomorrow. Try to buy that dip for positional basis. Go for next month expiries. You will be safe that way and you will make some money that way. Don't trap yourself in weekly expiries. Be safe. Take care of yourself, of your family, and have a good day. That's what matters. Bye.